Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming and supporting this event. I'm really happy to be on stage to share with all of you my story. So my name is Mohamad Hasan, and you can call me Hassan. I'm originally from Syria, and I'm 17 years old, going to be 18 this coming December. I look older, maybe. So I'm going to share with all of you on the topic that, based on my own experience and based on my own story, which is education or gun. Have you ever been in a situation where you only have two options in your life? Either to study for your country or to fight, hold a gun and fight for your country. I'm going to share with all of you on what I have chosen. In 2011, when the war started in Syria, my family and I decided to leave the country and seek refuge in another. On our journey from my city Aleppo to Damascus, on the bus, we have seen these views. We have seen horrible views of houses being bombed, schools and hospitals being destroyed, dead bodies on the ground, thousands of people being forced to leave their houses. At that time, I was sad, angry, frightened at the same time, and upset. And I started questioning myself. Why do I have to leave my country? Why do I have to fear this? This is my people, this is my land, this is my home. Why am I leaving? This question kept on my mind, on the bus, on our journey, going to the airport. Not knowing when am I going to go back. At the same time, I thought about it in a different way. Before that, I was 12 years old at that time. And I asked myself, why not I hold gun and fight to protect my people? Why not I hold a gun and fight to protect my land? Why am I leaving everything behind? My relatives, my friends, my childhood, and running away, just leaving like that. I thought about it in a different way. I said to myself, if all the young ones hold a gun and fight, and they all died, and the war has stopped, who is going to rebuild the country for a better future? Who is going to rebuild the country for a better life, for the new generation? Only the young ones can do that. I arrived in Malaysia in 2012 with my family. Our situation was a bit difficult at that time, so I had to work to support my family. I worked in a restaurant in IIUM, International Islamic University, Malaysia, in 2012, and I was 12 years old at that time. Knowing no language, just Arabic, which is my mother language. It was very hard for me because it was the first time in my life to work. Washing dishes from morning till night with only 20 ringgit per day, just to support my family, to pay house rent and our food. In 2013, I got the experience of working in a kitchen. So they hired me to work as a chef assistant, as you see in this picture. Yes, that's me, on the age of 13. Cute, right? In 2014, I got again more experience. Saya dah belajar bahasa Malaysia. Dan sekarang saya fasih bahasa Malaysia dan juga bahasa English. Dan banyak pengalaman yang saya telah belajar. A lot of experiences that I get working in a kitchen, talking the local language and English, of course. I learned it in 2 years only by myself. Communicating with people, watching TV, watching dramas, a lot of things that I followed to make sure that I master the language so that I can have an easy life. In 2014, they hired me to be the cashier in that cafeteria. So I worked as a cashier for 1 year. One day when I was sitting behind the cashier counter, immigration officer came and asked me, "Where's your passport?" I say my passport at home, but I have the UN card. He say, "You're a refugee. Refugees are not allowed to work here." They put me in jail for 9 days. I spent 9 days in the prison. And I can say, these 9 days was the most horrible days in my life. But of course, it doesn't represent Malaysia. It just represents that law which says refugees are not allowed to work. After 9 days, the UNHCR freed me. And this is how happy I was. I felt very happy that I could slap my face. I felt very happy that my mom slapped my face. When I met her, we went home. I didn't tell them. I was saying that let's make it a surprise. So when I knocked the door and my mom opened, she just slapped my face and she hugged me. After out from jail, I thought I don't have to work in nursery anymore. I need to do something. I started teaching in a refugee school as an English teacher, as a volunteer. At that time I was 15 years old. And that was the first time I worked. And of course to teach. My English at that time was not really good, like now. And now even not really. But I could help others. So I worked as an English teacher for 1 year in a refugee school. Because my dream is to be a teacher. And I'm so happy that on the age of 15 I got the experience of teaching. So that when I grow up, not difficult. I just need something like a diploma or any certificate to show that I'm a teacher. So I worked as an English teacher, and then I started my own project for refugees in Malaysia, because I believe education is the key to change something. With education, we can change whatever we want. With education, I believe we can change the world to a better place. This is what I put in my mind. So this is what I followed. I share education with others who doesn't have it. If you know, our refugees are not allowed to get access to proper education in Malaysia. So I said, this is time for me to help them get that, which they are not allowed to get. Cute, right? And I started doing public speaking and, raising my voice and raise awareness to the refugee issues in Malaysia and in other countries as well. And I was featured in newspapers, on TV, and some websites as well, featuring my work and my projects in Malaysia. So before that, let's come back to education. The question came to me again, why did I choose education rather than a gun? Can you see the impact now? If I chose a gun and fight there, protect my country, if I died, there's nothing much I did. But now I educate, I can say hundreds of children of refugees. I educate them about love and respect, about how to be a nice person, a good human being. No, I'm not the only one who chose education rather than a gun. Most of you know Malala Yousafzai. You know her? Who knows her? Raise your hands. Malala was fighting for education for the girls in Pakistan. And she was shot in the head by the Taliban because she is fighting for education. She died? No. She survived. And now she's not only fighting for education in Pakistan, but also in all the world. This is a proof that education is stronger than a gun. This is proof that her ambition, her dream, what she wants to do was stronger than Taliban's gun. The gun that was to kill the dreams, the gun that was to kill children. This is a proof. Another proof, all of you know Nelson Mandela. He said education is the most strongest weapon which we can use to change the world. And this is my tagline in my life. This is what I believe. I can use this to change the world. I can use this to change people's life. Not gun, education. Not only if your country turned into war, but also if economic problems or poverty problems or homeless problems, we can solve it using education and knowledge. Right or no? So what I'm doing now, I graduated from high school about 3 months ago, and now I'm waiting for a university application. What I want to do is, I want to get knowledge, I want to get education, I want to educate myself first before educating others. I want to change myself before changing others. And then I want to go back to my country and rebuild it. I want to go to my country, rebuild it. Educate my people, educate them about law. I'm here for a few things. First is to tell you that education is stronger than a gun. Second, I want to tell you to never give up. How many of you are having problems here in your life? Raise your hands. No need to tell me what problems, just raise your hand. All of us are having problems, I know. It could be family problems, finance problems, studies problems. I faced a lot of problems until now. Did I give up? No. Because nothing can stop you from achieving your dream and your goal. We are just like a river. I'll give you this example. We are a river. When there's a rock, will the strong river stop there? What would the river do? Either hit the rock and continue, or find another way to continue. And this is what I believe. We are a river, and this rock is our problem. So we cannot just stop there thinking about it. Why not we just, solve it? And we can think of ways, of solutions to solve our problems and continue until we achieve our dream. We cannot just give up there. And this is why I'm here. We, all of you, the youth here, you all are young. Use your time to leave a mark behind you, a humanitarian mark behind you in this in this world, that the new generation will mention you, that you did something. Our lives is not about money, it's not about studying, it's not about family. Our lives are more than that. Volunteering work are also important in our lives. We as human beings, we cannot just always take. There's times where we should also give. Giving is not only money. Giving can be energy, time, talent, and skills. I'm doing a law project in Malaysia. Free medical checkup for children. Straight feeding. Refugee classes, skills classes, wall paintings. A law project I do here. I need volunteers to help me. Because I know I cannot do much, but when we are together, when we are a lot of people hand by hand, we can do everything we want. One volunteer is like a drop of water. What this drop of water can do, just a small thing. But imagine if thousands of volunteers, hundreds of volunteers, like an ocean just hit, very strong. Together we can do everything we want. Take your time and think about it. What have you done in this world? What have you done to leave a mark behind you? And that's all. Thank you very much.